Welcome to the dark side of Beast Rider for another pick six. Supposed to be at 6 p.m. We are running a little late. It's 7:20 p.m. right now. I apologize for being late, but here we are. We're going to be talking and leaving no stone unturned, talking the Raiders draft picks all weekend. I've been running grades on these players, and so here we are back at it, right? And so, again, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I kind of want to shed the light and bring to light on exactly why the Raiders drafted some of these players. So before we go ahead and get started, I just want to give a special shout out to Mac Teddy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to support the channel, there's 11 of us watching right now. Just give this video a thumbs up and you can support there with a like or comment. That is free. Or if you'd like to donate to the channel directly here on YouTube, you can send me a super chat like Mac Teddy just did. Just kick off today's Pick 6 at 6 live stream. So again, I apologize for being late. A lot of stuff going on the back end here. Had to run some grades, kind of falling a little bit behind there. And again, I really take it serious, right? Like I always say this, man, my meat and potatoes of how I report, how I break down news and now talk to you on a live stream is I have to go back and watch the game film. I can't just hop on a live stream and just talk out of my butt. It doesn't work that way. So, I mean, some people can do it, but that's not here. So anyways, thank you so much for doing that and joining me here on this pick 6 at 6 p.m. live stream. DP Cooper says, Beast, you are worth waiting for. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and break it down, right? So all weekend, I, took a little break here. My mind was kind of going blah. You watch 67 hours of film every single day. It takes a toll on you mentally. So I took a day off. Not really, kind of. It's hard for me to turn it off. Like once it's on, it's on. But I did take a quarter of a day, a couple hours, let's be honest about it, to kind of regroup, recatch myself, recatch my breath. And so here we are. We're talking about two guys, all right? Amani Burney and also Nesta Jade Silvera. So when I run the grades on both those guys, we're going to talk about those defensive players. Now, again, if you haven't saw my previous live streams, we talked already about Tyree Wilson, what he brings to the table. We talked about Byron Young, what his expectations are for the 2023 season. We also talked about guys like, well, let's face it, who else did we talk about? Well, we already talked about Mayer. We talked about Trey Tucker. We talked about, Jacorian Bennett. We talked about him already. We talked about Christopher Smith, my favorite pick of the entire draft class outside of, obviously, Michael Mayer. And we really think in terms of outside the box, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like everybody can talk about the what, but what's the why? The why always comes back to game film for me. And so, again, here we are talking about Nesta Jade Silvera. And then also we are talking about Armani Burney, all right, out of Florida. So let's go ahead and talk about Armani Burney, all right? Let's talk about this guy. And again, there's 12 of us watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. I know I'm fighting with the Warriors play right now, right? Aren't they playing right now, like literally as we speak? So it's going to be interesting. Egalitarian 207 says, what's up, Beast? What's going on, man? How are you doing today? All right, so let me just go ahead and I am going to put up Armani Burney because I think you guys need to know who he is. Because people say, hey, this guy's good, this guy's bad, this guy's good, this guy's bad. But why? Why is Amari Burney good or bad? Why is Amari Burney good or bad, right? And people who don't know, he came out of Florida. And again, it's funny, right? I watch players, and here he is, linebacker Amari. Well, I say Amani, but it should be Amari, right? Is Amari or Amani? Got to get it right. Amari Burney. So I put Amani. That's not right. It's Amari. Amari Burney. All right. So we talk about Amari Burney and what he brings to the table. And so Amari Burney is a guy to me who I can see why the Raiders drafted him. You want to talk about the Raider way? He's not a one-trick pony. Why? Because he's going to provide an aspect, an element to his game that really, if you're going to make a fringe line player of making a 53, you have to make it on what? You have to kind of tip the scale on special teams, the kicking game. The kicking game, right? Has to be the kicking game. So again, I ran film on Amari Burney. I was like, man, this guy is good. But again, am I going to say this guy's going to be a Pro Bowl player? I mean, he could be, but I just don't see that right now, right? And so when I run game film breakdowns, and then I also go ahead and grade the snap, not the box score. I look at the Utah game, Kentucky game, and Tennessee game, and there are flaws in his game. All right, I'm just going to leave it like that, especially in his run fit integrity. Like, he's a little bit undisciplined. Now, again, I don't know what they're coaching him at Florida, but again, it's kind of plain and simple down in the trenches. When you're covering up the gaps, you kind of know which gap you're supposed to hit. And sometimes he gets caught guessing or gets caught in a bind. So again, he was undisciplined in his run fits against Utah, Kentucky, and Tennessee in the games that I graded. Let me write this down. Undisciplined run fits against Utah, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. All right, but people talk about the game one, right? Week one, what happened to Amari Burney? Well, if you watch the game film, if you just go to the box score, you'd be like, oh man, this guy had an interception. He must be good in coverage. He must be, right? He had an interception. He must be good in coverage. He must be. Week one, had an interception. Must be good in coverage. Not so fast, my friend Lee Corso voice. Why? Why? Let's talk about the why. We all know the what. We all know the what. What's the why? Mac Teddy, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. So what's the why behind the what? Let's talk about that. Shall we? Let's do it. I think this is going to be fun. Look, Amari Burney's good. I like him. He's tough, physical, he's fast, or he plays fast. But then again, when you watch how he does in coverage, he kind of struggles, right? He was targeted 5 times in my grading system, 4 of those going for completions, and gave up 72 yards of passing yards. 72 yards of passing yards, a lot. It's a lot to give up. And then when you convert that and break it down as to the why, I mean, look, yards come in different forms and packages and sizes and shapes and forms. Why? Because all yards are not created equal. For instance, if it's a 3rd and 20, of course you can play quarters coverage because you're not going to give up the yardage in front of you. You'll be willing to give up that real estate because why? You're protecting the sticks, right? Well, this is not the case with Amari Burney. All right, he just kind of slow in coverage. And so when I look in grade the snap, not the box score. Now, again, I like Amari Burney. Right? I like what he brings to the table. I think he's going to be a really, really good special teams ace. I do. So in that regard, getting him where they got him, I think it's a great pickup. So that's why I give a grade of a C. I don't like some things in his game, but those are things that can get coached up, right? I mean, anytime you draft a guy on day 3, you're kind of projecting. You're projecting anyways from round 1, right? Round 1, it doesn't matter. But it takes a little bit more projection, I think. I think it's a little bit harder evaluation. So you look at guys like Amari Burney, and of course you're saying, hey, look, this guy's good in coverage because he had an interception week 1. No, that was an end zone interception. It was late in the game, and the quarterback just basically threw it to him as an underneath defender. All right, that's what happened. And then in week 3, he kind of struggled there, right? Because he gave up a 16-yard touchdown when I graded the snap, not the box score in week 4 against the Tennessee Volunteers. And he did pick up 2 sacks in the game. So again, if you go to the box score, you can just get that from that. But then on those sacks, what did you see in his game? Right? And this guy can run over people. He can truck people. He trucked on one play. He trucked not only the running back, but the offensive lineman in front of him. Like, he trucked both people on the way through. It was crazy. But he did give up a touchdown. All right. He gave a touchdown, if I believe correctly, it was against Jabari Small in cover 1 coming out of the flat. So again, when you grade the stat, not the box score, is this guy really good in coverage? Or is someone telling you that he's just a box score reader and just saying he's good in coverage? Again, what's the why behind the what? What's the why behind the what? And again, I like Amari Burney. I do. I like Amari Burney. I think you're going to get a special teams ace, and those things you can work with, right? Not everyone's perfect. Like I said, there's things that we can always work on. Like, there's things that I can work on. Like, I could have been on the live stream at 6 instead of 7:30 or 7:20, whatever the case may be, because you all expect me to be here at 6 p.m. So that's on me. I could do a better job at that, right? That's my fault, right? No excuses. Play like a champion. So same thing applies. There's all these things you can work on. So I give a grade of a C on Amari Burney. Now let's move on to Nesta Jade Silvera. If you like what I have to say, we've been on for 15 minutes. send me a super chat or super sticker. Or if you like the game film breakdowns that I provide or watch on the weekends for you guys to hop on this live stream and talk about it so people can just write this down, also send me a super chat. And the people who like to write this down and don't want to give me credit, you guys can send me a super chat or super sticker as well. Let me write this down. All right. There's 19 of you guys watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say and you like my silver and black content that I provide on a day-to-day basis. All right, let's talk about Nesta Jade Silvera. Who is Nesta Jade Silvera? All right, there's 21 likes. Let's get those likes up. I'll wait a little bit until we get that. I mean, it's free. I'm not asking for money, so just get those likes up. And because, you know, let's face it. Let's face it. All right. So, onto 6 soldiers. Let me write that down. Yeah, we'll wait. We will wait until we get those likes up. We have 21 likes right now, 22 people watching. We got to get these likes up. Just saying it. Just saying. Please, do me a solid. If you're going to write this down, give it a thumbs up. Well, wait. Let me write this down. Oh, man. The waiting game is great. We have 24 people watching, still 21 likes. We'll hold off. We'll hold off until we get more likes up in here. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We can wait. We can wait. We can wait. We can talk about other things too. Holly Tanner says, "B salute. Thank you for your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And really appreciate the love and support." There's 24 people watching, 21 likes. Let's get those likes up, please. And we'll wait. There's 3 people that are on the right. Let me write this down list. So we'll wait. We'll wait for those 3 people. We can wait. A like is free. It doesn't cost anything. And so, like I said, man, good vibes only here in the DOB, but, you know, got to help me out. Got to help me out a little bit. All right, so let's talk about Nesta Jade Silvera a little bit. All right, so again, what does he bring to the table? Well, first we have to identify why the Raiders drafted him, right? So why did the Raiders draft Nesta Jade Silvera? And I think when you look and run the game film, one thing that stands out when I run the game film, now let me write this down, is he has a nonstop motor. For a guy his size, he does not slow down. Like, I honestly think this guy has not only what's called a nonstop motor we all talk about, but that thing does not turn off. Like, for real. Even in backside pursuit, this guy hustles, which is really rare. Even if the play is like 20 yards downfield, he still hustles until the whistle. That is rare. What does that tell you about his character? It tells you that this guy will do whatever it takes to make a 53. This guy tells you that, hey, look, I'm going to do whatever I'm asked to do in order to make a 53 and make this team better. I am a team player because I am doing and going above and beyond what is asked of me to make the team better. These are things that you look for that don't show up in the box score. But when I run the game film, this is what I see. Let me write this down. Right? And so you look at Nesta Jade Silvera, we're not even talking about his football character. We're just talking about his personal character. Because again, hustling from backside to play side or vice versa, 15 yards down the field. Like, what are we doing? That is insane. Now let's talk about what he brings to the table from an NFL trait standpoint. The guy's strong as an ox. I mean, he is hard to be moved off his grass. People talk about a space eater. This guy is a space occupier. Let's just use a different term. Space eater, space occupier. Look, the guy can play in a 1-gap scheme, 2-gap scheme, don't matter. He's scheme diverse. Now, he played mainly a 0-1 and a 3 technique. All right, so he played 0 technique, which is lined up over the center. He played the 1 technique, which is lined up between the center guard exchange. And then he also lined up 1 gap over. So that would be considered the B gap over the 3 tech. All right. And that is over the guard tackle exchange. All right. So again, I like to kind of use the word mesh point. But again, when you talk about gaps, A, B, C, D goes down the line. Right. And again, the techniques that are displayed on the flip side of the ball, that's where your technique is aligned. All right. So again, I like Nesta Jade Silvera a lot at Arizona State. I like him a lot Now, am I saying this guy's going to be the next Vince Wilfork? I'm not going to say that. I'm sorry. I know there's people out there that want me to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I apologize. I'm just not going to say it because I don't think he's going to be the next Vince Wilfork. But can he be a diamond in the rough? Absolutely. I like this guy a lot. A lot. And so when I run the game film, this is my analysis on Nesta Jade Silvera. All right, over the weekend. It's crazy. I have no life. I keep telling you guys are my life. Have no wife, have no kids. Hide your wife, hide your kids. All right. So he displays a nonstop motor, good effort. He's strong at the point of attack, which we talked about as a 2-gap space eater. All right. Defensive tackle, primarily played 0, 1, and 3 technique. So again, this guy's not going to be much of an interior rusher, and he doesn't have like a full toolbox of like pass rush moves. Like I don't think you're going to see him use a swim move a lot or a rip to a spin or convert that speed to power. He just has that power, right? Like he's just going to freaking use that Andrew Billings fastball that me and Andrew Billings talked about, right? In my locker room post interviews. He talks about his fastball, which is what? His bull rush. His bull rush. And so I think that's what Nesta Jade Silvera is going to bring on base downs. And again, having a guy who's really strong at the point of attack on base downs, not passing downs, base downs, right, is really going to push the other guys like who? Neil Farrell, Matthew Butler, because iron sharpens iron in creating the mentality that they want and getting the best out of their players. So Nesta Jade Silvera, like the pickup, think he's going to do really well in those 1-on-1 drills you guys like me to cover during training camp. I can't wait to post those up on Nesta Jade Silvera. All right, we've been on for 21 minutes and 58 seconds. If you like what I have to say, give this video a thumbs up. Also, we're trying to hit the road to 10K subscribers. So in order to do that, I need you guys' help. I need the DOB's help. Please spread the word to all your family and friends about the DOB here on YouTube. We are growing by the second. Just joking, really not, but kind of I am. Let me write this down. Kind of, he's growing on YouTube. Oh my gosh. I love talking to you guys. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I can do this every day and just talk ball. Robert Penny says, Holly salute, sis. Holly, how are you doing today? We got Holly Tanner in here. Raider 58. That's what was missing from our team. Egalitarian. Egalitarian. No. What am I reading? Oh, salute. Egalitarian salute. Robert Pena says. I'm trying to. I was thinking, is it Egalitarian that said it or Robert Pena? You guys are talking to each other. I get it. But I want to post you guys up. You guys are here in the DOB fam. Beast Nation. Holla at your boy. Daniel Kim says, love it. We need guys that can occupy space so that our linebackers and safeties can get to the ball carrier. Yes. And again, I think ideally, if I was to start a team, right? And I'm talking about myself a little bit because, again, this is from my perspective. This is from the beast, the mind of a beast, right? The mind of beast. Like what's in my mind right now when I look at this? Now let me write this down. Okay, mind of content stealers. Let me just tell you something. Like anytime you can get a 2-gap space eating defensive tackle who can occupy multiple blockers, I don't care if it's a 4-3 front or a 3-4 base. If you can occupy space up the middle, up the gut, I mean, that's a win because it keeps your second level linebackers clean. And second level linebackers in today's NFL is a lot different than when it was in the early 90s, right? Let's be honest about this. How many Daryl Tallies are there now, right? Nowadays, you have to run in the 4-3, 4-4 range. If not, you have to have good instincts and you can run in the 4-7s, 4-8s like Chris Borland. But, few and far between. You have to have speed. So take advantage of player speed. Eat out space up front on the first level. Second level, man, you're just pinning your ears back and attacking the ball carrier. People say pin your ears back attacking the quarterback. Nah, man, they're attacking the ball carrier on the second level. More times than not, unless you're an edge rusher, obviously, in a 34 base. But you get the point. We got my man Jeff KC in here. How you doing, man? We got to Raiders got to keep. I'm just saying, man. We got to catch up to the Chiefs. You guys keep winning. Good to see you in here, Jeff. Appreciate it, my guy. Daniel Kim See, we got all fans in here. We got Arizona Cardinals fans in here. We got Panthers fans. We got all kinds of fans. Devin Kansas, great inside beast. Road to 10K, Beast Nation, DOB. I am very excited for where we're headed. I'm just going to leave it at that. 25 of us watching right now. We've been on for 25 minutes and 21 seconds. If you like what I have to say, give this video a thumbs up. Or if you want to send me a super chat like some of you already did, like Mac Teddy, you guys can send me a super thanks right now on this live stream. Or there is a Venmo linked in my account in every YouTube video that I make in the description box below at Beast Rider. You can go ahead and send me a Venmo donation. Many of you guys have been doing that instead, which I'm looking and I see the comment. By the way, shout out to, and I got this the other day. I got a Venmo donation from, let me pull it up right now. Let me write this down. You got a Venmo donation. How much was the Venmo donation? All right, on. No. Seriously, though, I want to thank these people that sent me Venmo donations over the weekend. Koa Yoshida, thank you so much for your donation. Brent Sterling, thank you so much for your donation. Michael Flinko, thank you so much for your Venmo donation. Kelly Price, thank you for your Venmo donation. Matthew, I can't pronounce your last name, but thank you for your donation. I don't want to butcher your last name, Matthew, so I appreciate it. And then thank you also. So that was over the weekend. I got some as this live stream's going on. And again, if you guys want to donate, you guys can do that. It's in the description box below. The Venmo link is at Beast Rider, right? So Venmo, everyone has a Venmo. Just look up at Beast Rider or Beast Rider, and it's there. I should say Beast Rider, at Beast Rider. Well, yeah, at Beast Rider is Beast Rider. And so thank you so much. We got another one from Cameron Sanchez. Thank you so much, Cameron. Appreciate it. Steven Hopkins. Thank you so much, Steven. Appreciate it. And obviously we got one the other day from Karen. Ugh. Sorry, I don't want to butcher your last name either. But thank you so much for the Venmo donations. Appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Everyone has Venmo now. Everyone say, yeah, what's your Venmo? At Beast Rider. Or you can send me a super thanks or super chat. Appreciate it. On to Sick Soldier. But, if you have a question, I'll give you a shout out here on YouTube. Just go ahead and send me a super chat or super thanks. But if I'll answer those first, and then also I'll answer every question anyway. So I'll get to the super chats first, and then anytime we have left over, I'll answer the other ones. But usually I get to everyone. On to Sick Soldier says, Nesta Jade Silvera, why do you think he was there in the 7th? I thought he was going in the 4th or 5th round. That remains to be seen. I don't know the answer to that. And that's a very good question, right? Like, I just don't have the answer. Some guys just fall for whatever the case may be, because again, we talked about this throughout the draft process. Every single year we have these GMs reaching for need, diminishing the value of pick, which means these better players get pushed down the board. The value in the meat and potatoes, how I like to grade film and inform my analysis, is the same that applies in this draft, right? Because each draft has its own identity, just like each NFL season has its own identity. So in this draft, I told you guys what, day 2 is really where the draft is going to be determined by the winners and losers, right? Because we all saw the movement that's happening in the first round, right? Let's be honest about this. No one saw that coming, how the first top 5 picks were going to unfold, especially with Houston Texans trading back up to second, unless you're Daniel Jeremiah, who is basically a man on a mission. DJ, good stuff, man. My hat's off to you. But every other expert pick, mock draft that I compare to, because I go in against the best, I ain't finished that far off. I'm like, man, I'm mad at myself from all the trades that were made. But look, I came in 4th out of all those guys. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Oh, man. So here we go. I don't know the answer to that. I have no idea. That's a good question. That is a great question. John Leon says, I'm new. He says, you got stalkers writing down everything you say. Well, check the beast receipts. Let me write this down. I'm new. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us today, John Leon. be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right. So if you guys have questions, drop them to me. I'm going to be toggling. I know some of you guys are watching on CTV. So I'm going to be toggling between Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all those, Facebook, all these social media platforms that I'm on. And we're going to talk about it. So Nesta Jade Silvera, I gave a grade of a C. So Armani Bernie, Nesta Jade Silvera, I give a grade of a B. A C. B for Bernie. No, I give Amari Burney a C. I give Nesta Jade Silvera a grade of a C because, again, this draft wasn't the strongest, right? And so that's not to say that these other guys aren't good, but we're going to see how these guys play out. And again, we're going to talk about undrafted rookie free agents. I started the process on grading those guys' film. So again, I'm really excited. There's some of these guys that were undrafted that I think might even turn out to be better players than the guys that were drafted. Let me write this down. How would you know that? I watched the film. On to Six Soldier says, Beast, how many DTs make the final 53? Including me? Yeah, right. They'd eat me alive. They'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to eat Beast for my entree. That's a good question. I want to say 5. But then again, I can't make that determination right now. I have to watch training camp. So we'll hold off Beast receipts on that because, again, I need to watch training camp. And again, if you guys haven't seen my power playlist, I call them power playlist. I took time this week. Actually, it was last weekend. And what I did was I made a power playlist. I made 12 playlists on YouTube, right? Why did I do that? So again, I made 12 playlists so you guys can kind of see the vibe and the flavor that I bring to the nation, right? Because again, for those who don't follow me and say, oh, why would I follow this Beast Rider guy? Well, what the Beast receipts check out. Oh, what is a Beast receipt? Oh, it's his predictions, analysis, and he watches game film to formulate that reporting and daily grind that on top of exactly what he does. And so that's what he does. Oh, that's a lot. Like, what does that mean? See, people, I'm telling you guys for real. So that's why I made these playlists. Look, the proof's in the pudding. The legwork's I already laid down the foundation. So I went back. There's 798 videos. 798 videos. I made 12 playlists breaking down each freaking video for you guys. That takes a lot of time. Think about it. 700. I mean, just deleting 800 contacts from your phone. You guys already know if you ever done that. You have 800. You deleted it. Yes. I mean, I'm going off topic a little bit, but yes. Just imagine making a playlist, 12 of them, breaking down 800 videos, close to 800 videos, and then breaking it down. Look, this is my 2022 training camp videos. This is what I do for my Aloha kickoff when I'm there. Right before I ask the player questions and get the coaches' interviews. This is what I do in the player coach interviews, the locker room pulse interviews, the coach's corner interviews. These are the questions that I'm asking. This is the responses. This is how I see it fit. And then up in the press box at Allegiant Stadium, I get there 4 or 5 hours before kickoff. Try to get the vibe around Allegiant Stadium. Hey, look at these vibes, really good vibes. Up in the press box, what kind of food we have today? Boom, here we go. Press box views, holla at your boy. And then obviously, as the game's unfolding, I'm tweeting stuff out and then posting my post-game analysis from the field, right? Once we get to the locker room interviews, and then obviously we go down to the field level and then get those locker room interviews and then write our stuff that we have to write about. And then after that, watch game film and then post my game film clips and then having a game plan to go ahead after watching the film and then asking the players the questions the very next day or the coaches the next day and then getting ready for the next match. I mean, this is all breaking down for you. So let me write this down. Oh my gosh. Check out the power playlist on the community page up on YouTube. I made one for 12. There's 12 playlists, right? It's up on the community page. Or if you're on YouTube, there's a playlist. Just go to my playlist. There's 12 of them. And it's broken down. Every Raiders video that I ever made. Just for you guys. Because I have no life. No, because I love you guys for real. Under Six Soldier says, Mumford is still play at right tackle, or is he an afterthought? No, I like Thayer Munford. Do not sleep on Thayer Munford at all. I like Thayer Munford. Raider Chaos says, "What's up, Nation? What's going on, Raider Chaos? How are you doing today? There's 24 of us watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say, and like the YouTube content that I provide on a day-to-day basis. After watching and reviewing game film, breaking down news and notes and quotes, and then formulating my analysis based on the reporting that I see, because I'm your eyes and ears straight from Raiders headquarters. Holla at your boy, Beast Nation, Dark Side of Beast Rider. Holla at your boy. No one does it like we do here in the DOB. And if you like the flavor that I provide, please spread the word to all your family and friends as we keep things hot here in the DOB. How'd I do? How'd I do? And it's funny. It's funny because there's people out there that like I said, everybody brings their own flavor to the table, and they do a really good job at that. My flavor just always goes back to the game film on top of the daily reporting and grind, because at the end of the day, we all have to have some kind of predictive analysis, right? Like we all have to know, like, hey, look, is this guy good or this guy bad? Right? Been doing it. That's how I'm doing with the Niners. So if you're new to follow me, and the Niner fans still follow me for this stuff, they do. Why? Because fantasy football plays a role in what? Sports betting. Winning your fantasy football leagues. How many players should I play them or should I bench them? Should I start them or should I sit them? Are you in IDP league or non-IDP? How do the point system? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Who doesn't like the color green, which is making money? Everyone likes the color green. That's why you have Jeff in here, who's a KC fan. That's why, because they already know. The Beast receipts check out more times than not. But I made a power playlist for you, 12 of them. All right. So just to go show you, if you're on my YouTube channel, you guys can hit this up. You guys can say, hey, man, and you guys can share my playlist. A legit playlist that I made for you guys. There's 12 of them. We have Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat every Thursday, right? So if you missed one of those episodes that we have, and that is dedicated for obviously a fellow beat writer that I work with, I want them on the show so we can kind of talk silver and black from their perspective, because I think it's really, really good to get the pulse of the Raiders beat writers from their perspective. You guys already know my perspective, so let's give someone else some love, right? If they're willing to hop on the show and want to talk ball, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to get them on the show, give them some love, and show them some love, because everyone does a great job there and their flavor. So I want to get them on the show and just kind of see what they have to say, right? There's nothing that can be said or not said, right? So why not say it here in the DOB on Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat? And that's a power playlist, or I call it power playlist, but that's a playlist that you guys can watch exclusively here on YouTube, right? And there's a playlist there. So if people are asking, what do I bring to the table? Well, there's 12 reasons why. 12 flavors. Pick one. All right. So this is fun. On to Six Soldier. Thank you so much for your comment. I'm looking at all your comments right now and all your questions. I didn't know there was, and I know I'm fighting with the Warriors game right now, right? So there's 28 of us watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. All right. So if you guys have any questions in regards to any of those draft picks that I just went ahead and broke down, I'm going to give it to you. Armani Burney to me is going to be a special teams guy. I don't see much of a rotational starter type of a guy. I don't think he's going to get those like Luke Masterson starting reps. I mean, to be honest with you, I think he'll be fighting with Darian Butler, right? An undrafted rookie free agent last year, right? Who kind of made it. It was 1 of 4, along with Luke Masterson and Sam Webb and Isaiah Polamau, right? So again, people are, someone commented, said, how do you know the 4 undrafted rookie free agents off the top of your head? Bro, I'm telling you, I have no life. Like, what do you want me to say? Oh my gosh. The Facebook comments are legit. I'm on like literally like 13 Facebook groups and pages, and it's always a fun experience. All right, so we have someone on. Oh, thank you so much for the Venmo donation. Who is this? Terrence. I'm going to try to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher it if I know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure I should know how to say this. Tsukamoto? TSUK. All right. So, Raidercast says, I want to see more Tyler Hall this year. Yeah, you guys like my video that I posted? The trailer? Pretty dope. Right? Pretty dope. I like Tyler Hall a lot. But again, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm not sure he's going to make the roster this year. Why? Well, look who they got. Ja'Cory Bennett. You think this guy is going to be waived? Right? And what's the difference between getting waived and released? Right? Here in the DOB, we already cover your bases. It's based on the accrued NFL seasons, right? And so a guy who is waived goes to the waiver wire. A guy who is released can sign with any other team. So there is some parameters there when a guy is waived as opposed to being released. But when it comes to Tyler Hall, do you think this guy, do you think Ja'Cory Bennett, or I should say, do you think he's going to get waived? No. He's going to make the roster. There's no way. I don't care how bad a camp Ja'Cory Bennett could potentially have. There's no way you're going to waive a fourth round pick. That'd be, oh man, that'd be feed the beast material. Oh my gosh. They liked his ball skills. They were high on him. They said he was coming on late in the year and tracking down the ball downfield, and then they waived him. What were you doing? Ja'Cory Bennett got, are you kidding me? No. Like I said, man, I think Chris Smith is going to be the starter. I know that sounds crazy. And Trayvon Merrick, I like you. Hey, that beast receipt was wrong when I said you were going to be a Pro Bowl player last year. You could definitely be a Pro Bowl player this year. That's how much I like you. I just think Christopher Smith, bold prediction, he'll be the day one starter. Oh my gosh. Christopher Smith, a day one starter in the fifth. They got a fifth round guy who's going to be a day one starter. Yes. Let me write this down. We talked about this and the Christopher Smith analysis last week. But for those who are new to follow me or haven't caught up, yeah, I think Christopher Smith is a baller. I think that's a camp battle to watch. Now, that is a very bold prediction because Trayvon Merrick is definitely the more polished player of the two. But, oh no, man, when you turn on the film, I don't see a 4.62 guy by Christopher Smith. If you look at the game against Jalen Hyatt against Tennessee, matched up 1-on-1 downfield. Jalen Hyatt ran to a 4.3. He wasn't that far off behind. On to Six Solstice Beast. Which defensive tackle class has more potential this year or last year's? Oh, you put me on the spot with this one. Because this is one that I see what you did here, Alvaro. I see what you did here, Alvaro, from NWA. By the way, shout out to NWA. Look. And good vibes here, man. Everybody's welcome here. But look, I like Byron Young. I'm not going to say this guy can't be a day one start. Look, I talked about my boy Case Kiefer on Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat, right? What is that? Well, I made a playlist for you guys. Go check it out. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell. Gosh. This is a hard one. And if I'm going to give you an answer, and I am going to give you an answer, I just have to think about this one a little bit. Because I'm projecting without even watching how Nesta does in training camp, how Byron Young doesn't, we haven't had training camp. We're not even sure if we're going to be at rookie mini camp, by the way. Usually with the Niners, I know we're able to attend rookie mini camp. I don't know how the Raiders do it. So if I'm not able to attend rookie mini camp, this is a little bit of a projection. And rookie mini camp just basically, it's not even installs. It's just like more basic kind of getting your muscle memory down and just kind of knowing the layout of the land, so to speak. But gosh, that's a tough one. I think I don't want to be like, oh, I don't know yet, because this is like a projection. So I'm going to say Send me a super chat and I'll answer that. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer this and you send me a super chat. I'm gonna say last year's. I'm gonna say Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler. Ugh. It's close. It's not easy. This is not easy. But I'm gonna go with Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell. On to Six Soldier says, how many day one starters do you see us getting from this draft? Again, now this question I can wait because training camp is not here yet. So I have to watch training camp in order for me to make that analysis. Kikaha Raider says, loved having Duron Harmon back there last year. Hope Chris Smith can fill his shoes. Yeah, I talked about it. And I know, and I talked about this. I reported it already. I know that Duron Harmon, the Raiders were potentially talking on coming back and returning, right? But ultimately, is it going to happen? I don't know. I mean, I think when you draft a guy like Christopher Smith, you have Isaiah Polamalu, you want to see how he transitions from the year 1 to year 2. You also obviously have Trayvon Merrick there already. So how does that fit Duron Harmon, right? And so it's going to be tough. And you have Marcus Epps, who you just signed. So I don't think he's not going to be the starter at one spot. Obviously, strong safety for me. I don't think you want to put him as a free safety, single high. I don't think that's in his game. That's not a knock on Marcus Epps. I'm just saying he's better down inside the box. Yeah, I just can't see Duron Harmon returning. I mean, where does he fit? And who's to say? Oh, don't want to spill the beans yet. I'm going to hold off on this. The undrafted rookie free agents are coming up. I've been running game film on these guys. And again, I think some of these undrafted rookie guys can be better than some guys they drafted. Let me write this down. I'm just saying. There's not clickbait. It's like I'm actually watching film. I'm saying this. Literally, I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday. I was watching film. She's like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be taking the day off. I'm like, no days off. I'm beast. No, truth be told, we were watching on Netflix. I know I'm going off topic, but this is what it's going to come down in how undrafted rookie free agents, why I think some of these guys may be better than some guys are drafted. So I'm grading a player. I don't want to spill the beans. I want you guys to be like, oh, that's crazy. He graded that guy and he thinks this. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on it and get suspense here. But I was watching Sweet Tooth last night on Netflix. You know, love it. If you guys haven't seen Sweet Tooth on Netflix, it's a great television series, Netflix original. And so there's this doctor, and he's like all into his like mad scientist, like finding a cure. No spoiler alert, but whatever, scientist cure, whatever. All right, for this little issue that's going on. He's all like into it, and like the lab gets shut down, gets caught on fire. If you guys don't spoiler it, whatever. And so what happened is he goes back and says, "Oh, I gotta get all my findings and stuff." And then here I am, like I told her I was like going to be watching it, and here I am on my computer watching films. Like, hey, what are you doing? You're just like the scientist right now. Like, get off your computer. Take a chill pill. Who says that anymore? Take a chill pill. Oh man. D Menace 4200 says salute on to 6. On to 6. Taylor is last year's defensive tackle and this year's 5 defensive tackles. Yeah. Jerry Tillery ain't going anywhere. He is probably the best interior defensive tackle from a pass rush standpoint as it currently stands. It's like on draft day. I don't need him to block. You know, you talk about Tarzan and James is like, oh, he plays like Tarzan or plays like Jane or whatever he says. It's like, oh, I can use a Jane. I have 52 Tarzans in there. I can use a Jane. Remember that on draft day. On to 6 Soldiers Beast quarterback depth chart right now. The cornerback draft depth chart right now is. Get some water. Hold on. We've been on for 49 minutes, 52 seconds. If you guys want to support through a super chat or super sticker, please do so. It really helps out the channel a lot and helps recommend the video to other minded nation like yourselves. And again, helped with the upkeep. I'm the one man show, man. I'm the lighting guy. I'm the sound check guy. I am the StreamYard service guy. I am also the content creator guy. I'm also the beat writer reporting guy. I am a do it all one guy. I am the thumbnail guy. So if you guys like the work, definitely consider sending me a super chat or super sticker or a Venmo donation like some of you guys have already. I really appreciate it. And yeah, or if you can't, like is free. 23 of us watching right now, give this video a thumbs up and engage with me on this platform. Appreciate it. We got 35 likes right now. And let's get those likes a little bit up because I know no more people chimed into the live stream. So let's hit those like buttons and I'll give you guys a moment to do that while I catch my breath. Yeah, hopping on these live streams aren't easy, right? Like anybody can just, you can't just hop on and talk nonsense for 2 hours at a time or an hour at a time. It's not that easy. But in getting back to your question, again, we have to wait till how training camp rolls around in order to formulate that analysis. But my thinking is I want to see how Jacorian Bennett does. Like this guy is a guy that I really want to key in on. And again, the undrafted guys, I'm telling you, keep an eye on the undrafted guys too. On to Six Soldier says, what do you see happening on the right side of the offensive line? Oh my gosh, here we go with the Jermaine and Luminor talk. Look, I think the right side still needs help. Like, that's not a knock on, like, Jermaine and Luminor. I think he has the talent to be a really good right tackle. He has the talent to be a Pro Bowl right tackle. He does. He's very talented. But, again, it's not what I think. It's how I actually see things playing out. There's a reason why they went ahead and got undrafted free agents, right? McClendon Curtis out of Tennessee Chattanooga, Dalton Wagner out of Arkansas. And potentially, based on surprise cuts, we all know June 1 rolls around and there might be somebody that they're like, hey, man, we can plug and play this guy. And look, what did Jermaine Illuminor get? $3 million for 1 year. So it's a 1 year prove it deal at $3 million, right? What does that rank on starting right tackles on the NFL? Well, let's take a look, right? And so again, it's not what I would think because I think, like I said, I've always been in line with Jermaine Illuminor. Like I like him. Think he's a good player. But I mean, but what is the proof is in the pudding, right? Money talks, we all know what walks, right? So if you're looking at average APY, right, for a starting right tackle money, right? If we're just looking at APY, do you know where Jermaine Illuminor ranks? 3 million, right? I can't believe I got that number. Okay, so anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. He's a 29th highest paid right tackle. 29th highest paid right tackle at $3 million a year. So with that being said, and you know who's behind him? Olisemika Udo, Kelvin Beachum, Cody Mock, Prince Tiga Wanagu, Samuel Cosme out of Washington Commanders. I liked him coming out of college. Billy Turner. You guys remember Billy Turner, Green Bay Packers. Dylan Radons out of Tennessee Titans. Trenton Scott, Washington Commanders. And then Brandon Parker, Las Vegas Raiders. On to Six Soldier says, how many running backs on the final 53? Again, these are all questions we don't know until training camp, my guy. So we're gonna hold off on those questions. But again, we've been on for 54 minutes and 58 seconds. If you guys like what I have to say and the silver and black content I provided on a daily basis with these live streams, support your boy here on YouTube. Give me a super chat or super sticker if you like, if you'd be so kind, or like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, you can send me a super thanks, like Mika from Germany has done again. Oops, I did it again, Britney Spears. Here we go. Thank you so much, Mika. I got your super thanks, and I really appreciate the kind words and encouragement you always show back in Germany, of all places. On to six sources. Out of the undrafted free agents, who do you think has the best chance to make the team? I will answer this tomorrow. And again, there has to be some suspense here, right? I have to go back and watch film. You can. I don't, right? This is the flavor that I bring to. I just don't like putting my receipts out there without doing the legwork and watching game film. I can't do it. So again, we're going to hold off and reserve that. But again, we've been on for almost an hour. Kikiha Raider says, any news on Sincere McCormick? No, I have not heard any news on Sincere McCormick. And here's the thing, like, where does Sincere McCormick fit in, right? Because you have Britton Brown there, you have Zeus White there, you still have Josh Jacobs there. That's 3 already. You have Amir Abdullah there, and then you have Brandon Bolden there. So where does that leave Sincere McCormick? Really? Like the kid. But, I mean, it's not up to me. It's just look. Like, where does he fit? Where does he fit? All right, guys, I think I'm going to hop off right now. We have 24 people watching. If you guys are watching the replay, definitely give this video a thumbs up. But again, I just wanted to give a special shout out to everyone that joined us. And I also wanted to apologize for not being on at exactly 6 p.m. I got a little bit tied up. And so, again, I really appreciate your love and support. And really appreciate everyone's supporting me through a super chat and super sticker like McTeddy did. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So again, if you guys want to support the channel, you guys can do that. If you're watching this on replay, you can send me a super thanks. Some of you guys do that. Or if you guys want to donate on Venmo, there's a Venmo donation in the description box below. You guys can donate. And a lot of you guys have already done so. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because again, you guys need to tell me what I need to do. If you guys want to push more live streams, I'll do that. You guys want me to push more static videos, I can do that. So again, if there's a combination within the two, I can also do that. So again, I go to what you guys tell me. It's based on engagement, right? At the end of the day, likes, comments. And again, the road is to 10K, right? So when this ends, my hope is that you guys talk about the DOB and Beast Nation, right? Because again, where else can you find this content? Like, just be 100% real. Where else can you find this flavor? I'm not talking about content stealers. I mean, they're out there. Where else can you find it as the source of information? Be real about that. So if you want me to continue doing this, I need you guys' help. We need to get 10K. Just being fully transparent about it, we need 10K. How do we do that? Well, if one person told one person, we have 10K tomorrow. We're at 5,100 subscribers. So again, like the channel, spread the word to all your family and friends. Also, if you guys want to share the video, there is a arrow icon on YouTube, and that's a share button, and then it will be posted on the community page. So again, check out my power playlist. And again, I'm going to be putting my power playlist in the community page up on YouTube so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then in order for us to say, hey, look, follow Beast Rider. Why should I follow Beast Rider? Oh, go check out this playlist. What playlist? Well, there's 12 of them to choose from. Pick your poison. Pick your flavor. You want training camp videos? Exclusive training camp videos, not people stealing my videos and then saying that they were there. That's happening. Caught them. They in trouble. But, or locker room pulse interviews, stealing content again. My coach's interviews. If you guys want all that stuff, obviously my game field breakdowns, my live streams, all that's broken down for you guys here on YouTube. So again, what people don't know, they don't know. So it's our job. It's actually my job to make it known. But then how am I going to do it, right? we're an army right here in the Beast Nation, right? The whole thing is the good vibes only, bridging the community together and doing what's right and putting out the most accurate content that we can do, right? The best version of ourselves, not comparing to anyone else, whatever. Teach their own, right? And again, stuff that you'll find here, you won't find anywhere else. That's why we have the same people in here watching the stuff. That's why we have content stealers in here watching the stuff. That's why we have these people watch it. Why? Because they know you can't find it anywhere else. They already know. I was looking at my analytics, and it's funny. I was talking to one of my guys who I work with, and I'm scratching my head a little bit because it's funny. Did you know that 18% of the people that watch my stuff aren't subscribers? 18%. So that means what? Out of 10 people, two people out of 10 are not subscribers, but they watch all my stuff. So out of 100, you have 20 people basically watch my stuff, but they won't give me credit for it because they're content stealers. It's not good. It's not good. DB Cooper says, do you see Renfro still on the team when camp starts? That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't know. We'll find out. But if I had to take a guess, I think Hunter Renfro may be on the outside looking in, right? We talked about this, DB Cooper. We talked about this on my earlier live stream. So I'm not sure if you caught the other ones. There's also videos that I posted up on it, specifically on it, a static video, not a live stream. So again, if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, and again, you guys can't donate through a super chat or super sticker, I challenge you and motivate you guys to watch my previous live streams because there's no expiration on those, right? So, like for instance, I said on the last live stream and the stream before that to watch my live streams. Why? Even the ones in the past that happened a few days ago, last week, 2 weeks. Why? Because we cover the questions a lot that you guys have, and so like again, if you guys. There's only so many hours in a day. You choose to follow who you want to follow. I always say that. So if you're going to follow me, which you guys are, go watch my live streams. Go watch my previous live streams you haven't, because you're going to get information there that, again, will probably answer a lot of the questions and more. So I'll probably answer this question and a lot more. Like we broke it down with my boy Case Kiefer on Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat in my Power playlist. So again, check out the playlist that I made 12 of them for you guys. And we talked about it. So again, I don't want to kind of take a step back and talk about things that we already talked about, but I will say this. I made these playlists specifically for you guys so you guys can easily access things that we talk about. And then again, also when it comes to Hunter Renfro being traded, I actually break down the parameters of the valuation versus evaluation of the player and what it takes in their ROI, right? The return on the investment for the Raiders. So again, there's a lot of different layers to this, but all this was covered in previous live streams. All this was covered in previous static videos. So again, please watch those videos. And again, if you can't donate through a super chat, that's the next best thing, is to watch all my videos because that makes me money, right? So if you guys want to support the DOB, just have that playing and watch it, and maybe you'll learn something, and then also engage with me, right? Even if it's a video, I get stuff. Literally, people still comment on my videos from like September. I'm not joking. I get notifications every single day from videos from September, from July, from throughout the year. I got one yesterday from November. So again, I respond to every single comment. So again, just because it's from like 3 days ago, 3 months ago, doesn't mean I'm not going to get back to you. All those live streams add up to today. So again, you're not going to want to miss a beat, right? Because again, we cover a lot of ground on here. We're not just talking BS. We're talking strictly good information, good value, and again, leaving no stone unturned in whatever it is we're talking about. In this case, the Hunter Renfro thing was discussed in previous live streams prior to this, and I also made a simple clip in a static video. So again, we touched base on Hunter Renfro a few times in the live streams, DB. So I'm not sure, like I said, when people follow me too, because again, I can't. It's up to you what you want to follow and who you want to follow and what you want to do with your time. But again, the reason why I make these live streams is so you guys can have a better understanding of exactly what goes on. And so that's why I made these playlists for you guys, so you guys don't miss a beat. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Bacteria says need to start watermarking everything. I did, and guess what? They're smart enough to cover the watermarking. So there you have it. But anyways, we've been on for an hour and 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Just want to give a special shout out to those who value my time with a like, comment, and also specifically super chats. So Teddy, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat today. Like I said, we've been on for an hour and 5 minutes and 18 seconds. So again, if you guys like what I have to provide, please spread the word to all your family and friends as you continue to grow the DOB here, as our road to 10K subscribers is on the way. Our goal is by September, we have 10K. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun. I got to get some dinner now. And again, be sure to hit the like button on your way out and spread the word to all your family and friends about the dark side of Beast Rider and Beast Nation here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Beast Rider out.